Hey guys, welcome back to Mighty Morphin DJ. I'm DJ, and today we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Legacy Collection, Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Helmet, and comparing it to the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Helmet. Which one's better? Well, it's ultimately up to you and the size of your head. Let's take a look. Okay guys, here it is, the Power Rangers Legacy Collection Red Ranger Helmet. Now this has been out for several years. I want to say this came out for the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers actually, so about 5 years ago. And it's not a bad piece, it's really not. The only problem that I have with it initially is this matte kind of flat finish. I don't love that. I think it could stand to have more sheen to it. So we'll get into that later. But so let's take a good look at it. So we've got the visor, of course, with the mouthpiece. We've got the teeth going across the edges here, which look really good. So it looks really, really good at a glance. And then, of course, you've got the eye. You've got the detailing going along here. You've got the... now, bear in mind that I bought mine pre-owned, of course, and the previous owner had done some DIY to add to the detail here. And I need to clean this off because that's not supposed to be there. But even with that there at a glance, it does still look pretty good. Now, these have faux clasps. So they do clasp, they do lock and unlock, but it's not like the classic clasps that we're used to from the show. If they're going to go for this, I think they should have just gone with the classic clasps because ultimately these become a hindrance, and I'll show you why later. And then you go around, and it's just a simple round backside, and then back to the other side, and it's just more of the same of what we've already seen. So again, it looks really, really good. It's just got that flat red finish to it, and in certain lights it almost looks orangey, so I don't love that. But it is a good-looking piece, and it does look very accurate in terms of the detailing. So let's take a look at the inside of it. Okay. So, and then before I show you the inside, take a look at the stand. I really like these stands. They do the exact same job as the Lightning stands, but these have this nice embroidery here as opposed to that Mighty Morphin Power Ranger sticker. Personally, I like this better. I wish that Hasbro had kind of adopted this rather than just doing the stickers, because the stickers do look kind of cheap. All right, now for the inside of the helmet, you see that it has the strap there, and the strap is removable. So you have to open it by opening the clasps and then getting it, there we go, just like that. So you got to get it lined up just right because there's all kinds of little details like little hitches and stuff in there that you've got to do. And then you get it in there and you get the strap there. Now, the strap can be removed from the inside of the helmet, so you can adjust it on your head and then put it back in the helmet for the right fit. So that makes adjusting it a little bit easier, but having tried this thing on several times prior to the making of this video, I can tell you that getting the right fit is a pain in the butt, and for me personally, I'm just not able to get a perfect fit, and I'll show you what I mean by that later. For somebody else, it might fit just great. But this is the inside of the helmet, very simple, very basic, and but it does do the job. So, and I will tell you, I was able to do it this time relatively easily, but getting the adjustment or getting it put back together can be a pain in the butt, especially if you're trying to do it while it's on your head. But ultimately, it is a good-looking piece. I'm glad that I have it for my collection for display purposes, but as you'll see later, I do prefer the Lightning helmet for cosplay. Now, speaking of the Lightning helmet, let's go ahead and get that out. All right, here it is, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Red Ranger helmet, and just at a glance, I already like this better because it has much nicer finish. It has that sheen look to it that we want, and I really like the way it looks. And you can also see by looking at it that this helmet is smaller than the Legacy helmet. Now, it depends on who you are. If you're a larger person with a slightly larger head, the Legacy helmet would probably be a better bet for you. But for someone like me, I do have a size large head, but the rest of me is not so large. So this helmet looks really good, and I can get it to fit. And this is ultimately what I like to use for cosplay, and I'll explain why when I try them on. So we're going to go all the way around. Now this does have the detailing on it, but this was meant to be there. This was done at the factory. Unfortunately, as you can see, this is some of those paint defects that it doesn't look great, and that has to do with, of course, quality control. So that's just something Hasbro needs to get under wraps. So, but it does look good. I really do like this helmet. It is accurate, in all of its detailing the way it's supposed to look. I don't really see anything that I don't like about it, other than, of course, the poor paint job to create the detailing around the teeth here. And then these, now here's something I don't care for. Now these clasps, they're there for show, but they don't do anything. Now, them being there for show, I guess that's okay, but if they're going to put clasp there, why not just let them do anything? However, I do like how easy it is to open and close this helmet because it's on magnets, and that just makes it so much easier to use and to change in and out of. And I'll demonstrate that again once I try it on for you. But you go all the way around, and it just looks really, really good. It has a much nicer red finish than the Legacy helmet, in my opinion. And like I said, it works really, really well for cosplay. I like it. So let's go ahead and get a good look at the inside of it. And again, before I take a look at the inside of the helmet, I'll show you the stand. Now the stand, it's just as good as the Legacy stand. It does the job. Instead of like a flat base, it has more of a squared up, kind of like deeper foundation, which I do like. However, the sticker is kind of cheap. I wish they'd gone with like the gold embroidery similar to what the Bandai one was. I actually like that a lot better. This is okay, but they could have done better. They could have, they just chose not to. All right, now here's the Legacy helmet. Now, big difference between this and the Legacy helmet is that in the Lightning helmet, this is rotate. You can rotate the strap inside the helmet to get that right fit, to make it easier. You also have this. So once you get the right Titan fit here with classic pins, then you go over to here and you can rotate this to adjust it. And you can do that once it's on your head. So it makes it a lot easier to tighten it or loosen it depending on what you need. But this can be removed from the helmet if you want to do it that way. It is a much easier piece to take on and off. And in terms of that, it's much easier to open and close the helmet because it is on these magnets, which do stay in place when you're wearing the helmet. They don't just fall apart on you. So ease of use, it's just it really works well. I like it. Now, however, there's one thing that I will mention, and it's not really that obvious to the naked eye, but on camera, you can clearly see that this and this are two different shades of red. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but it is, and it doesn't look that bad again to the naked eye, so if you wear it cosplaying, no one's going to really notice, but as you're looking at it here on camera, it is painfully obvious, whereas the Legacy Collection, it's the same shade all the way around. That's weird, but whatever, you know. However, so as I said, I really do like both of these helmets, and now let's go ahead and try them on so we can see how well they fit and how well they look and how easy they are to get on and off. Hey guys, before we get into the rest of the video, I have a question for you. Do you like my content? Do you want to see more of it? Are you just a fan of the Power Rangers in general? If you said yes to any of these, then I have a small request. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell to receive notifications of future videos. And now, on with the video. Alright, so first we're going to try on the Legacy helmet. Now, as I said before, this helmet has the clasps on it. Not the classic clasps that we're all used to from the show, but a form of clasp. So we have to open it up. There we go. Now, I've got this adjusted to the size of my head to the best of my ability. So we're going to try it on. We're going to see how she looks. Gotta tuck the ears when you put these on. That's a key thing to remember. You gotta tuck the ears. All right, now. All right, got that. There we go. All right, I think I've got her on there nice and snug. Now, ultimately, this is not a bad fit. It comes down, obviously not low enough on the chin, which is a problem with the Lightning Collection helmet as well, but it comes down low enough to where if you have a white sock over your head to cover your chin, it's not going to look that bad. Ultimately, the problem I have with this is I don't like this flat, matte finish, and even though it is comfortable on my head, if I lift my head up very much, there's contact right here on my neck. and I cannot seem to adjust it in such a way to where I don't have that. So it's very uncomfortable, so I can't lift my head but so far, and ultimately this, walking around like this constantly, that's not good for you. Another thing is taking it on and off. It really is cumbersome, especially if you're in the middle of cosplay or you're at a convention and you're in a cosplay contest trying to get this on and off. It can be a pain in the butt. So it does look good and it will work for cosplay, but it's not my personal choice. Now let's check out the lightning helmet. All right, we've got the lightning helmet in hand. Now, as you can see, this does not have the actual clasps, like we pointed out earlier. It has the aesthetic of a clasp, but it doesn't actually do anything. So the negative side is it's not really that authentic, so that's a down. The upside is the ease of use. It's much, much easier to get this on and off. Now, I have this adjusted to the size of my head as I have used this for cosplay in the past, so let's see how she looks and fits. All right, now, so first thing is I like the finish of this helmet better. It has more of a sheen to it, and that's really what you want in a Power Ranger helmet. Second thing, the ease of use. Being able to get it on and off is much easier because it does not have the clasp. Ultimately, I use this for cosplay just because of how easy it is to get on and off, and I like the finish better. And now, it's about the same as far as the chin. It doesn't come down quite low enough, but that's to be expected. It is a little bit smaller overall than the Legacy helmet. The Legacy helmet has more kind of, it has a little bit more of a bulbous look to it. It doesn't look bad, I just think it's a little too big, and it almost looks like a bobblehead, almost. And the other thing about the Lightning Collection helmet that I actually like is the interior strap. It has a rotating adjustable strap in the back that you can adjust once it's already on your head. So all you got to do is get it on, open up the back of it, and make your adjustments like so. Makes it much, much easier than trying to get the perfect fit and trying it on, taking it off, readjusting it, putting it back on. It's a pain in the butt. Versus the Legacy helmet, which you ultimately have to do that. Now with both helmets, the strap can be removed, so you can try the strap on without the helmet, take it off, adjust it, put the strap back on until you get the right fit, and then you can put it back in the helmet. So that is helpful on both counts, but ultimately, I just like the Lightning helmet better because I like the finish better. The ease of use while at cosplay is a lot easier, getting it on and off. The adjustable strap here, the rotating strap versus the pin, the classic pin formation of the strap on this one. This is just easier. So ultimately my pick is this one. But I have seen people use both and neither of them look bad. They both work great. It just depends on your personal preference. And because this helmet is a little bit bigger, it might fit a larger head a little bit better than, say, this one. I have a size large head. This one fits me a little bit better, but there are others out there with bigger heads than I do, in which case this might be the right option. Again, it's up to you. All right, guys, now you have it. The comparison of the Legacy and Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Red Ranger helmets. I like them both. I'm glad that I have them. They both do fit. It's just that for the Legacy, it keeps making contact here, and that's going to get very uncomfortable, so ultimately I will not use this for cosplay. This is a display piece versus this, which fits a lot better, especially on the neck, and is easier to adjust, so ultimately this is what I will use for cosplay. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, then why don't you check out this video right here. I think you may enjoy it as well. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been Mighty Morphin DJ. I'm DJ, and you know what time it is.